Good news in history. September 21, 44 years ago today, Sandra Day O'Connor was sworn in as the first female Supreme Court justice. She was approved in the Senate 1990, with one Montana senator being absent from who vote, who later sent her a copy of her river runs through it by way of an apology. In her first year on the court, she received over 60,000 letters from the public, more than any other justice in history. Read more about this famous justice. 1981. No justice has universal approval from anyone, even those who support them. So it's rare that a justice will have a legacy that can be easily summarized with positivity. O'Connor received plenty of criticism throughout her career on her voting tendencies, and after her retirement. Voting initially as a Reaganite, the years saw her gradually move into a position of centrism that neither ignited approval from the liberal justices nor satisfied right-wing commentators and politicians who often looked toward her for votes along their philosophy. One particular decision for which she was applauded was her 1983 opinion on whether drug-sniffing dogs violated Fourth Amendment protections. She wrote that needless humiliation of an individual is an important factor in determining Fourth Amendment reasonableness, although she eventually upheld the obvious unconstitutionality of it. More good news on this day. The Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus letter was published in the New York Sun answering the question from 8-year-old Virginia O'Hanlon. 1897 Independence Day in Malta. From Britain 1964 Belize, from Britain 1981 and Armenia, from the Soviet Union 1991 America. A tribute to heroes was broadcast by over 35 network and cable channels, raising over $200 million for victims of the September 11 attacks. 2001 Today is the United Nations International Day of Peace. On this day in 1915, a Mr. Cecil Chubbs bought Stonehenge for $6,600. Born in Shrewton, 4 miles west of the iconic Neolithic monument, he had grown up passing by the Salisbury Plain and admiring it, and believed after amassing a personal fortune that a Salisbury man ought to be the owner. 3 years after his purchase, he presented it as a gift to Great Britain's first Commissioner of Works, who received it on behalf of the nation. Since the early 16th century, Stonehenge has been privately owned. The first proprietors were the nuns of Amesbury Abbey, and it passed from blue-blooded family to blue-blooded family. The Antrobus family bought the Stonehenge estate in 1824, but after the death of family head Edmund Antrobus, his son decided to sell it. Lot 15. Stonehenge, with about 30 acres, 2 rods, 37 perches of adjoining downland, read a land auction entry. Cecil Chubbs grew up among humble beginnings but made a small fortune by taking over his father-in-law's management of Old Manor Hospital, as well as through horse racing and cattle breeding. It was his interest in Stonehenge as a local boy that led him to attend the St.